Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest, greatest, and strongest crypto community in all of the interwebs. This is Around the Blockchain. We come to you Monday through Friday, and if you like making money in crypto, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we got a great show today. Oh, there's been a lot of news. We're in the green. All right, let's see, who do we have? We have BenDo back from a little hiatus. We've missed her tremendously. We also have our clear favorite twin of the Altcoin Daily twins. It is Aaron. How are you doing, Aaron? And he doesn't make money disappear. He makes it reappear as better currency. That's right. And he's ready for the blast off, baby. Oh, look at the little dog in the background. Smash a like if you like dogs. And we also have Ben Armstrong, and he's been known to give a Doge a bone, that is. Under good circumstances, of course, you know, because we love meme coins here. We love the meme coins. And we're going to go right into the market watch today because it has been an insane day. It was looking bad. It was looking very, very bad, but it looks like it has been popping hard. I'm going to look at the Bitcoin price right here. It looks like we're well above the 30. We're at 31,700. Ethereum pushing towards 2,000. We're 1946. They capitulated a little bit because, you know, a lot of these coins, they pumped about 10%. They came down about, you know, at one point on the hourly, they were down about 2-3%. But now it seems like it's tapered off, it's leveled off. Matic up over 30%. I mean, it's been a wonderful, wonderful day. Wendy, what are the charts showing to you? Like I said, it came down a little bit. Are they overbought right now?
So there's a pretty interesting thing that I'm noticing right now. I don't want to say how to say it. All right, we are right here. We're currently trading approximately $31,555. We are being pushed down by the EMA 9 here. So to me, this is not the most bullish thing. Yes, we did have a beautiful relief pump from this low area here at about 29.7, but we were not able to sustain to flip the EMA 9 into support. Only for me, we have created a brand new range from approximately 33.3 to 28.7. I need to see 33.4 get flipped. Taking a look at RSI, taking a look at MACD, it's all showing positive price action. But when we take a look into some of the lower price, the lower time frames, like the 4-hour chart, we are showing a little bit of heavy resistance, especially in this range between about 33.3 and over here 32.4. MACD is not super bullish. RSI is already starting to fall downward. So if we lose support at about 31,000, we'll probably get a bit of a retrace and continue to test some of these low areas here. I really feel like we're going to get a swing wick low down to 20K or 24K and then pop back up, and bull run will continue to commence unless we fail to flip into support over there.
All right, well, let's give a little support to Bitcoin if you like Bitcoin. And if you like what you're hearing, make sure to go into the description. Check out all the links to the guests that we have. They're all great. They all put out great content. Hit that subscribe button. Show that BitSquad love. And if you also like what they're saying, hit a little +1 in chat with their name, and we'll make sure they get the points. All right, let's go to our first topic here. We have Sam Bankman-Fried buying the dip. Those who don't know who he is, he's the 20-year-old phenom of crypto, multi-billionaire, CEO of FTX that just recently had, you know, a huge fundraising round. It's a 2-year-old company. They say they have over 1 million users and about 10 billion in trading volume per day, with revenue surging more than tenfold this year. And his research group, Alameda, they bought the dip, essentially. They bought a whole lot of Bitcoin. It might be one of the real reasons that it pumped. Ben, I want to get your opinion. Was this the real reason that Bitcoin pumped, or was it the Elon Jack off the cuff conversation that they're having over Zoom that's happening today? The Elon Jack off the cuff talks that they're having.
Okay. I'm trying not to be 7 years old right now, or 13 years old. Okay, listen. I think really, if you look at the charts, actually, I think we went up much higher a few hours ago. We actually got looks like all the way up to 32.8, and now we've fallen all the way down to 31.7. So we did have a little bit of a pullback on the, I think it's the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, I'm not showing it right now, understand, but you guys can trust me. We're back at the top of the EMA ribbon. So, you know, kind of like Wendy, like I understand we do need to flip certain levels, but it certainly was dramatic to get this price pump after everybody was saying, this is it. This is the last dip. It's going to 28 or it's going to 24. like to me, the fact that people have the audacity to talk about 22,000 right now, like I just can't with the people that are talking about that.
The audacity.
She's right
These
there.
audacity.
Well, listen, I can't deal with it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. You know what? Wendy and Justin Williams should do their own show. They should do their own show. We'll call it the Bitcoin Bear Power Hour. So, look, I think we are going up. Now, yes, Wendy, do you have something to say? I see you look like you done it.
This is the thing.
Fight.
I want to be a Bitcoin bull. I want to be a moon girl, but we have to look at both scenarios. And I will always look at both scenarios. I will always give two potential targets unless I'm in a particular trade. And the reason why is because I think that I just have to do it as a person. I just got to do it.
Yeah. We all want to be moon boys and girls. Go ahead, Ben.
I can only stick with my conviction. And my conviction is going up. So I just got to tell you, I can only tell people what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing. And that's my thinking. And it has always been that we do have one more run up. So I'm looking for positions of entry for that run up. I'm not looking for this to continue down because I am a Bitcoin cycle fundamentalist. And so because of that, I think it's going to match up, and I think we will get one run up, and then by the end of the year, it'll be over. But to answer your question, I don't know how much of this was Sam, buying Bitcoin. I don't think probably a lot of it. I think there's a lot of other players out there buying up Bitcoin as soon as it goes below 30K. I do think that it is very significant that the Muskrat did finally today admit that SpaceX owns Bitcoin, which is something we've been telling the people for 3 or 4 months now. Well, longer than that, ever since February. Tesla, public company, have to disclose their Bitcoin earnings. SpaceX, not a public company, so they don't have to disclose. But now we do know SpaceX does also own Bitcoin, and have to wonder how much does the Muskrat have personally as well. We don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, and just to touch on Ben's point, if you're a publicly traded company, you have to file quarterly with the SEC revealing all your investments. But if you're a private company, you just keep everything secret. And that's what we're seeing a lot of times. And since we're talking about these institutions with more money, I'm going to bring it to you, Andrew, Mo Money. So Sam Bankman's, we have billionaire hedge funds buying into, they had that latest valuation where they raised almost $1 billion at a valuation of 18 billion, I believe. Is this just large institutions with a lot of money buying Bitcoin, or do you think retail is starting to get excited?
Retail, it's the year of the retail trader. So something that we cover on my channel is whether or not the $1 trillion year is for all of retail or for this brand new type of, you can't really call them bulls because bulls can still turn to the downside. You're looking at proper, not going home apes. And when it comes down to whether it's stock market or it's crypto, I'm taking a look at whether or not retail comes in for FOMO, 2 solid swing days in a row. But we're looking at Ethereum right now up at 7-8%. I think it was up to 10 double digits on Doge earlier, but then we started to slide. Overall, if you get 2 solid days, that is FOMO City, whether it's crypto or it's the stock market.
I have a quick question. Do you know anyone that has used FTX? Has your dog used FTX? I was asking around the office. I know plenty of people who have used ByBit, Binance. I don't know a single person that has used FTX. Have you ever used it? Has anyone used it?
I mean, the answer is for no.
I have friends.
For me, but I'm going to ask.
Okay. One day I'll have friends. Okay.
Well, we have 4 friends right here.
All right. Hey, look, we're all crypto friends now. Altcoin, I'm going to bring it to you. So one of the reasons Sam Bankman, they said they were buying Bitcoin, there's a lot of indicators in the market that they're interested in. They said there's a lot of support under 30,000. They also said it's intraday recovery with the stock market. What have we got going on over there? And
I'm just trying to get a pump any way I can. I'm trying to make gains any way I can at this point.
You got to get those gains, you know what I mean? And they said there's weaker longs, and leverage trades trying to bring it down. What is it to you that is maybe making this market pump? That is this pumpamentals or is this fundamentals?
I mean, I think there's plenty of fundamentals, but I don't know if that really is something we can look at for short-term pumps. I mean, at a certain point, Bitcoin's just been going down so much, it does need a relief rally. maybe you could even say it's a dead cat bounce if you're bearish. I mean, like Wendy was saying, we have to clear certain levels to be bullish. I mean, if Bitcoin gets, back to 40,000 or 50,000 or over 65,000, clearly bullish. What made Bitcoin, actually I think it's like 30,000 is such a psychological point for retail and even kind of like institutions. I've had so many friends come up to me saying like, I'm going to buy Bitcoin when it gets below 30,000, people who don't have any Bitcoin. Like I told them like a couple of days ago, I'm like, hey, like maybe if you have 0 Bitcoin, buy some at 31,000 and then like, buy more less than 30,000. But like, it's such a psychological point. And I think, after a 55% correction, when it's still 50% corrected, I personally think it's a great time to add to your Bitcoin spot position for like coins that are going to be around, like Bitcoin. I bought a large amount of Bitcoin for my spot position recently, maybe even Ethereum. I think for some other cryptocurrencies that are more lower cap, like maybe like a Cardano, or which isn't even that much of a low cap, but just, stuff like that. We should wait to see where the bottom is because, those can fall a lot harder, or maybe, fortune favors the bold. But I think the whole market's bearish, sentiment is down. I'm a buyer when it comes to Bitcoin. I think a lot of people are.
I like how you're growing your hair out. You almost look like you can almost get a Sam Bankman-Fried thing going on maybe one day. That'd be pretty cool.
I can't afford a haircut, dude. Billionaire. I need $30 for a haircut in Los Angeles, but the market's down,
And that's not even including parking, then your window might get smashed. It's a whole litany of issues there. Quick question I want to ask all four of y'all. Is it possible Sam Bankman-Fried to be the richest person in the world one day? Altcoin, I'll start with you.
Definitely. And I like the fact you call me Altcoin Daily because we got to plug the brand. But, everybody, I'm Aaron, okay?
He's Aaron.
There's Austin and Aaron. I'm Aaron. But you can call me Altcoin Daily whenever.
Aaron has the hair on his head that he can't afford to get cut. Wendy, will Sam be the richest person one day? Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, I was going to answer that.
Oh, well, go ahead.
I'll just answer quickly. I mean, here's the thing, dude. I mean, the guy has worked like a horse. I don't know if you have the picture somewhere. I think, retweeted it or covered it in a video. This guy, like 5-6 years ago, literally sleeping on his floor, peanut butter jar over his mini fridge, working like hell. Now his company's valued at, 900 million or like billions, and he's personally worth billions of dollars. And this guy's like donating to Biden's campaign, renaming Miami Stadium.
Second largest
he deserves
donor.
to be second largest donor. It's BitBoy. No, I don't know. But yeah, we can take it to Wendy or BitBoy. I think he could be the richest person in the world one day.
It was Michael Bloomberg. I was looking at it. Was the largest donor. Wendy, do you think Samwise will be the richest person one day? And smash the like if you like peanut butter sandwiches.
First and foremost, Sam is a big homie. Sam is absolutely awesome. I really like his style. I really do, because he's a really down-to-earth person. But I do think he could become the richest person one day. But at the same time, does that matter, though?
No. Well, I mean, it's good for crypto narrative because it'd be more in the zeitgeist. More people would be talking about it.
Sure.
Okay, you gave me a sure. You get a point for that. Ben, will he beat your arch nemesis, maybe one day friend, the muskrat?
One day friend is quite unlikely.
I was tweeted a picture. If you want to pull that up, BJ, I put it on the Trello. But go ahead. We'll pull it up shortly.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
The boy's the guy.
I swear that was tweeted at me just right before the show.
That's good. He's the most beta alpha I've ever seen. So I think that's pretty good that you put the alpha head on me there. I like that. Listen,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Here's the thing. I do not believe Sam will be the richest person in the world. I think he's doing very well. I think someone who's got a better shot is, maybe Michael Saylor. I mean, if you look at how much Bitcoin he owns, maybe he needs to get involved in some altcoin markets as well in order to really, truly get to where he wants to be. But if you think about where Sam started at, you just got a lot of people with a lot more money than him right now. And it's easier to make money when you have more money. So I don't know, maybe if FTX goes public one day, but if you think of FTX, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they're offering at FTX.com, I don't know if they're going to ever be able to bring over to FTX.us. I mean, leverage trading is not something the United States wants. Synthetic stock tokens, something Binance is already having to get rid of. So they're doing a lot of stuff. I think they're going to get pushed back from regulation. And here's the real truth. And I confirmed this earlier with some folks. Sam is not in the banking cartel. He's not in the club. He's doing his own thing. So he's making all this money outside of the club. To be the one with the most money, you got to be inside the club, unfortunately.
All right. Hashtag I got a guy. And y'all are missing it. Andrew, he's down there. He's petting the doggo. You know, he's such a good owner there. Real quick, is it possible old Frodo's friend is going to be world's richest man one day?
I mean, I'm partial to side with the chat who might vote Elrond. Listen, in the end of the day, I think Wendy made a great point, is that if you're worried about who's the world's richest man, you're thinking about how you can cycle through and exhaust a strategy that makes you money. Like BitBoy said, more money gets you more money. But once you're at a certain extent, then it doesn't really matter who is the most richest man right now. It's about what's in the future. But in all seriousness, I would vote for Elrond.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. All right, we're going to go to our second topic here. Will crypto stay anonymous? There's a lot of headwinds going against crypto right now. The EU is doing a whole lot of things right now. They have a commission. It's the European Commission. It's their executive branch of the EU, and they confirmed a new proposal where they're wanting stricter regulation on anonymous crypto wallets and transactions. I want to bring it to you, Altcoin Daily. Where does that leave, if there's more strong regulations against these, private entity or private coins and private wallets and everything? Where does that leave like a Monero and a Zcash? In one way, it can make it, more bullish. One way, it can make it more bearish. Where do you see that? Are people going to get more excited for them because now they have to go underground? Or is it just going to just get pushed out of the way like light on the cockroaches?
Well, regarding that original story you brought up, the EU is going after anonymous cryptocurrency wallets. We covered that on the channel yesterday. And from what I read, it's like, as far as like what they're actually doing, they're just clarifying a rule that's already been 2 years old, saying if you make a transaction over $1,000 for your business, you have to know who's making the transaction. And then all that stuff about the anonymous crypto wallets is just rhetoric at this point and not actual policy. So in that way, they're kind of blowing it out of proportion. But in another way, I mean, it's obvious to see that as crypto becomes more regulated, they don't like anonymous coins. They're definitely going to go after anonymous things. And, people have to understand Bitcoin's first 10 years when institutions weren't involved, when there was only Mt. Gox, when everybody had control of their keys and everybody just, transacted peer-to-peer. Everything was anonymous. And then as, more and more people come in and people use Gemini or Coinbase to hold their crypto, things are just naturally going to get less anonymous. And that just speaks to the fact that, Bitcoin and crypto, it's on a different level as more time goes by. Now, regarding Monero and Zcash specifically, I don't know. I mean, I think Monero would probably last. Doesn't Zcash still have like offices and a CEO that everybody knows about? So if they did want to target those people, I think Zcash would be one of the first or more likely to get hit than Monero. But I think what we're going to see evolve is we're going to have like the hardcore Bitcoiners or the hardcore privacy people continue like building out that ecosystem and bringing people into that ecosystem. And I think a lot of people are going to have like stacks of Bitcoin that don't touch regulated entities that are more private. And then we're going to see, a world adopt where, maybe, you give your ID out and you transact with that Bitcoin too. And, it's just inevitable. It speaks to the next level of Bitcoin.
I like that. That's a good take. So a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It seems to make sense. You have like some of these people a whole lot of Bitcoin, be like, yeah, about my one Bitcoin, but you're not going to know about the rest of it. So I like that take. Andrew, I'm going to bring it back to you. So in theory, this is going to help the law enforcement agencies, combat money laundering, the T word financing. We're not going to get into that. But will you see the FTXs, the KuCoins, the Binances, will they comply with this? Or are they just going to say, you know what, I'm based out of the Indian Ocean. What are you going to do?
This is a tale as old as time. Can you get around regulations on the margin? You think that like skirting taxes globally is like a hard thing that you would have to think about. Like, I have to plan like 5 different quills of strangeness past just getting a mortgage from a local bank. But no, you could just think on the margin. If they'll find an easier time evading the regulations and the laws, they'll do exactly what the rich will always do. They'll do exactly what is most convenient. All right. So as they're growing, I'm hoping that they're going to remember how to do things correctly. And in that case, I would say if you guys are paying attention to regulations and how the governments of at least America, but of the entire world, are changing their tune, this is going to end up being a harder lesson learned in the challenging like real world and financial world than in the crypto world. It's going to be a very similar challenge, and I'm excited to see what's going to come.
Okay, Wendy, let's bring it back to you. So they want to get a lot of information here. I was looking at it right now. So they want to force the companies that allow like Bitcoin transactions, crypto transactions to collect, like Aaron was saying, this personal data. They want your customer's name. They want your address. They want your date of birth. They want your account numbers, and they want the names of all the recipients. I mean, is this going to be a domino effect? Like, is this going to, possibly come into America or Asia? Because this is coming out of the European Union. Are we going to see a domino effect from this data collecting?
There's already established in the United States, want to say it's the travel law, and I think if you take over $10,000 worth of any type of asset or any good across state borders, you have to disclose that, or even if you leave the country. But the issue with that, and this is kind of weird to me. For example, let's say I am going on to my 4th or 5th husband, and I get a really, really big fat diamond engagement ring. It is worth $20,000. Do I have to disclose that when I cross borders to different states or the country? I don't think so.
I don't know. What if it's the jewel of the ocean and you're in international waters? Yeah, I mean, there's so many questions here. It doesn't make sense.
Well, but realistically, they're going to do whatever they can do to get people's to get information about people, because when it comes down to it, they want you to pay taxes on this stuff. But in order for mass adoption to occur, we are going to have to kind of somewhat meet in the middle with legislators. And I know that it sounds very cringe that I'm saying that, but I'm also a realist, and I'm also not going to just sit here and say this is not going to happen. They're not going to take our stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, governments will do what they want to do when they want to do. And we can fight, we can stand up, we can write to the SEC, or we can kind of meet in the middle with them. So it's a rock and a hard place, but the service like Samurai Wallet mixes your coins, which makes it harder for them to track.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. And on the 5 box between you and Ben, I'm just stuck in the middle with you. So let's take it to Ben right now. A lot of the ways they can, don't shake your head at me. A lot of the ways that people can get around this is a VPN, aka a virtual private network. And we always recommend follow your local laws and legislation and rules. Can you just give a brief primer on what is a VPN?
Well, it's a virtual private network. You can think of it kind of like a virtual computer. Each of your computers and your internet connections, or depending on you're going to have a MAC address for your computer. You're going to have an IP address for your internet connection. Well, a virtual private network is kind of that same thing. It's like a different internet connection where you're connecting through a node basically on a network. So they have a network of all these virtual ones across the world. So you can basically log into a website, and the website thinks that you're from a different country than you're actually logging in from. So, unlimited VPN. And look, it's not all about, people think it's all about using these kinds of things to get around regulations and get around laws and get around the terms of service from different websites. But in reality, a lot of people use virtual private networks just for the standpoint of they want privacy. They don't want people to know, they don't want all of their information broadcast because, websites track all the IPs that go there. So if your IP connection can be tied to a website, it could be bad. I mean, who knows what kind of website I'm talking about here, but there's all kinds, whether you're looking to buy a firearm or you're looking to, I don't know, maybe get a document or something like that maybe you shouldn't have, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that bad. Some people just like privacy. And I think that this is the big problem, is you're made to feel like a crappy person if you want privacy. And that's what they want. That's what the IMF wants, what the World Economic Forum wants. They want you to no longer value privacy. Well, if they strip away all your privacy, then over time, people get to the point where they don't care about it because they never knew they were supposed to have it in the beginning. And that's why this conversation about privacy coins is so important, because privacy coins allow us to maintain privacy in our transactions. With blockchain, if everybody knows your address, they can see everything that you're purchasing. If you have a business, for instance, imagine if you ran a roofing business, okay, and you have a competitor across town who runs a roofing business, and every bit of materials that you buy, they can look and they can see. They can see every single thing that you're doing. Well, it'd be easy for them to copy your business strategy and just buy all the same materials and then come in at a cheaper price and outbid you for wherever. So, for business purposes, there's reason to hide your transactions. We hear about a cashless society. This is something that a lot of Europe is trying to move to, and it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous when there's no privacy in your transactions at all. So, and I always tell people this, remember at all times, what is legal today may be illegal tomorrow. And if you look at people getting statues dragged down all across the United States for things that were done 150 or 200 or in some cases 300 years ago, those people, while now we look back at many of the founders of our country and many of the people that were presidents throughout the way, and you look and you say, wow, they really did atrocious things. But back then, the climate and the culture was not. Those were atrocious things. But look, eating meat one day will probably be one of those things. People might have statues torn down because they ate meat one day. So think about that. We don't know what those issues are going to be, but I can see that legitimately being one.
Yeah, the narrative that VPNs, like only evil people do it, it's only for nefarious deeds, that just doesn't hold any water, like Ben said. A lot of the time it's just for privacy, or perhaps, say you're Arizona resident, but you're in New York on vacation, and you might want to access your account, and, New York might have more restrictions than a certain state. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people just use VPNs for, regular reasons, just, respecting, their privacy. Andrew, I want to bring it to you. The reason the EU is pushing for these things, they say, oh, well, in the long run, this is actually going to be good for crypto. Would you say that's accurate, or you just say that's a load of BS?
I would say that each sovereign is going to have a specific idea of what blockchain is going to be able to do. And the U.S. government and specific committees have been talking about changing from T+2 all the way down to introducing blockchain. I know that this is far-fetched from actually being able to pass in our legislature as of right now, but that's in our myopic view of where Americans are. We can easily extend the exact same mumblings of being able to implement blockchain and crypto specifically into more governments and actually embrace that side of what governments would want to tax and earn from the technology that exists. So what I want to be able to emphasize is that if they are building out something that is going to make them look worse if they choose the wrong side, you can expect that a government is already planning at least a step ahead.
Yeah. The government always try to be a step ahead, but except for, like Ben said, it's just because it's legal today doesn't mean it won't be legal tomorrow. Everything is technically legal until they pass a law making it illegal. So, just look at bath salts. Don't do bath salts, kids. Well, we're going to go to our last topic here, the best cryptos of the quarter. That's why you watched it. Oh, we're talking about Q2 here, but we also, maybe try to get some predictions on Q3. The top coins, and we're not talking about the small caps. We're talking about, like top 100 coins here. The top coins of Q2 is Doge, Ethereum Classic, and Matic were the top performers of Q2. And this was, a lot of coins are down on the Q2. Yeah, we have our chart right there. Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're down about 50% from their all-time highs. So while some of these coins are dumping, other coins are pumping. And it seems like they're all kind of different. They have different categories. You could say Doge is a meme coin. You could say Matic, like actually, more of a utility-based coin. And Ethereum Classic, you could just say, that was the Robinhood pump. I'm going to bring it to you, Ben, just because we're talking about your buddy with the Falcon. Charles Hoskinson was added to ETH Classic board of directors. Does that make you more bullish on ETH Classic? Are you going to buy some ETH Classic now?
Oh, I'm extremely bullish on Ethereum Classic right now. It has nothing to do with Charles Hoskinson. It has to do with the fact that Digital Currency Group is pumping Ethereum Classic right now. They just added a bunch of it to Grayscale. And just so everyone understands, the way this works is Grayscale, which is a slime ball company for 100%, ran by sleazebags. All they do is control and manipulate the market. Every single action you see them take is for a poignant purpose, okay? They did not suddenly add much more Ethereum Classic because they see value in it. No, they added Ethereum Classic to their trust. And I told you guys on a live stream the other day, watch Ethereum Classic. You know what happened? Yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, the entire market was down. Ethereum Classic was up 2%. Okay? Digital Currency Group uses Grayscale to get these coins in these trusts like Ethereum Classic to pump Ethereum Classic up so they can sell it, so then they can actually put it in coins that they believe are going to be bigger down the road, such as Ethereum and Cardano. So I don't think Charles getting added to the board. I mean, the IOHK has been behind the development for Ethereum Classic now for 2 years. So Charles going on the board, I mean, basically he's kind of the founder of Ethereum Classic already in a lot of ways. I mean, it's the original Ethereum chain, so it didn't really have a founder, but he was the one that led that movement. So Charles being involved with it doesn't surprise me at all. But the reason why it's going to pump is basically nefarious purposes by Digital Currency Group. So, remember, swim with the whales. Watch Ethereum Classic. It could have a Dogecoin-like run here pretty soon.
Swim with the whales or get ate by the piranhas. So, altcoin, I'm going to bring it to you since we're talking about altcoins here. Let's just give you some numbers. Dogecoin pumped 392% on the quarter. Ethereum Classic, 297%. And then Polygon, the smallest of the amount, only 227%. What asset that just popped do you find more perplexing? Like, which of these is just like, I don't get it, and why?
Actually, please call me Altcoin Daily because that'd be best for the brand. But I like that question.
I just got
I like that question.
Moltar just let me know. Yeah, okay. Altcoin.
I get it. You're on the show. You know what? I'm not afraid of a little razzing. I get it. I come to play. But that's a great question because it's like those three different coins seemingly it's like how do they fit together? They almost don't. It's like Dogecoin speaks to the fact we're near the local top and all these meme coins were pumping. Ethereum Classic could speak to both like grayscale manipulation and just new people maybe thinking that's like somehow related to Ethereum. And then like Matic, I guess it's like actual like network effect and ETH2 scaling and maybe decentralized finance. Maybe that's why money was going into that. I guess, what I find the most interesting is Matic, I guess, just because, the coins that are going to do well in the long run, and, Raoul Paul's a big proponent of this, is like the ones that actually develop network effects, the ones where actually look and see that there is, transaction volume, there's fees being paid to use the network. And, if I were looking at coins for the next quarter, that's what I would be like looking at. Actually, the more time passes, that's what I'd be looking at, the coins that actually have people paying to use the network, demand for the block space and network effect. And, stuff like Doge and ETH Classic, that stuff's always going to pump as retail comes in and there's a lot of money to be made. So they all excite me, but I guess Matic excites me the most.
All right, let's keep it on Matic, but before we do that, I hope I say the name right. Riem Al-Lami with the super chat. DZ Heart. Thank you very much. Thank you. You swell my heart, much like the Grinch. Wendy, I'm going to take it to you. Now, Matic, it's had a huge pump. It's up, over 200%. Is it possible for it to still pump still, or is it, due for a retracement soon? Can it continue to climb? That people want to know.
This is the thing. I can tell you Matic is going to the moon all I want, but realistically, we have to really pay attention to what's happening with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dumps and we do, in fact, go into a bear market, Matic will dump as well. I have a fat moon bag of Matic. I love Matic. I want it to go to $10 this year. I want it to go to $5 this year because I will make a lot of money. But at the same time, we have to kind of watch and pay attention to Bitcoin. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. If you want a dollar cost average on Matic, great. If you want to set limit orders on Matic all the way down to 2 cents or the very, very bottom, I think that's another really great strategy. And I just want to remind everyone, please make sure to take profit. Please make sure to create moon bags and whatnot. But I do like Matic. I think that the partnerships that they're making, I think that the layer 2 solution, I think that I want to say they partner with Coinbase for a dApp or something like that. I really like what the project's doing. It will continue to perform well. But again, please keep in mind, just because a project has great utility does not equate to price, especially in crypto.
Yeah, it's one of the Coinbase dApps. It'll probably be a bridge if I had a guess, but it doesn't have to go to the moon, but maybe at least, Tatooine there. We're going to talk about Doge, and BJ, we might have some Doge wallet information. There's a lot of centralization with Doge. We're looking at it right here. The top wallet owns almost a third of all Doge, and then these other ones, they're sitting on, if it pumps a little bit, you're looking well over $1 billion there. So, I mean, it's definitely like very, very heavy with just the top 5 right there. I want to bring it to you, Andrew. Does this concern you at all when you see like such a large amount just, within those few wallets?
I think that when it comes back down to something like Doge, well, if you have taken it back, so if you take it back to the like fundamentals of supply and demand, if there is a good amount of supply concentrated within certain wallets, or maybe some people are holding up to the gold standard of, hey, I wouldn't do that to you, right? I wouldn't pull the bags under from you if the stock is going up and I held most of those bags, right? This is the end of the question of when is a altcoin going to start playing a stable coins game, right? Dogecoin has been a notable member of the news because it's running alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as other stable coins in a way that would make a risk-averse trader or a crypto enthusiast still interested, despite the fact that it doesn't have the same guarantees as crypto gold or crypto silver. So when it comes back down to Doge, I feel like if there's clear transparency, if there's a rapport with the people that you have inside that community, that's all well and good until there's power dynamics of just how many wallets control how much Doge. I think that's a question that is always going to be asked.
Okay, Ben, hashtag I have a guy. Any comment on the Doge wallets there?
Yeah, for sure. I have a guy. And here's the way it was told to me, which is that wallet is maybe not necessarily owned by Elon Musk 100%, but he 100% has access to that wallet and can control it. So it basically, for, all intents and purposes, it is owned by Elon Musk. Now, I've been privy by a guy to know that there's something coming with that wallet over the next 1 to 2 years that is very interesting. This is stuff that I can't actually divulge, because if I did, then that would put my source on it in jeopardy. Which this is kind of an off the wall source I got on this one, which is pretty interesting. But there is a plan. That wallet, that specific wallet, will play a huge role in the future of Dogecoin in the next 1 to 2 years. So watch for movement around that wallet. And at
By
some
dumping?
point, no, it is not dumping. No, it's something different. But what I'll tell you is, it will be very good for Dogecoin, and Elon Musk is going to own that. He's going to come and he is going to at some point.
Do not tell
confess.
Moto's plan.
He will then confess that he does own that wallet, and something very dramatic will be happening with it. So
All right.
pay attention
Well,
to that.
I mean, if that ever comes out and he says, I'm not selling, it's going to pump. Go ahead.
I just think the only reason Doge is interesting is because we're in a bull market. Once we get into a multi-year bear, the people who've been in crypto for the last 6 months got to realize that everybody's just going to cool off towards Doge, and it's going to be no big deal. At least that's what I think. I mean, sure, you could say, no, Doge is the real future. Elon Musk is working on it. I've had bartenders tell me that when I've just been having a beer in a restaurant, being like, hey, you heard Elon Musk is working on Doge though, right? I'm like, what? No. Even if Elon Musk did control 25% of all Doge, even if he donated it and dispersed it to 150 great charities, who cares about Doge, right? The real serious crypto people don't care about Doge, other than it's just fun to talk about. I think the reason Mark Cuban and all these people feel good about talking about Doge on the Ellen Show or on TV is because I think most people realize it's transparently a meme coin with some Lindy, with a legacy effect. So you're not going to get burned so much on Doge, except when it goes down in a bear market, or it's been doing the past 3 months. It's the coins that report to be revolutionary and life changing, that where their founders control 25%. That it's a little bit more like predatory. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Doge is great. Bull market.
Yeah, what I would say on that is I would say you're wrong, Aaron, 100%, because if you look back on Dogecoin in 2019, July of 2019, the first time that Elon tweeted about it, that was in the thick of the bear market, and Dogecoin actually had a pretty large pump at that point. As long as Elon Musk continues to talk about Dogecoin, people will be interested in Dogecoin. I understand your point of those of us that are really into crypto. We think it's pointless. We think it's worthless. We think that, I mean, it has some value. There is some value of Dogecoin in the larger ecosystem, but compared to Ethereum or Cardano or even Binance Coin, it's a laugh. Like it cannot be comparable to those things, and yet it finds itself up in their air on CoinMarketCap. So I understand that, and I agree with that. But as long as the muskrat continues to talk about it, and there are things coming. This is not. We'll look back on this time, and we will understand that there was a greater plan in action, a more diabolical plan in action from Elon Musk. This is not random. The fact that and I used to think that it was. I used to think he was just crazy. But then I started learning more about the documents and the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with Dogecoin and Elon Musk. And you see a little bit of it. You see a little bit of him talking about development and talking about what's coming. There's something coming. This is not just hot air that he's spitting out there. But I will tell you this: it's ultimately a stepping stone for him to get more Bitcoin.
Not only does he have a guy, his guy has documents. Go ahead, Aaron.
Our documents.
Well, I just want to real quick just say that's why I love watching BitBoy's channel, because you always got these inside sources. I love it. And just like maybe it was BitBoy who said this originally, but whoever said it, like, the fact that Elon is using like Dogecoin as kind of like his own social token, I could kind of see, if we get into a world where a lot of big communities have social tokens and Elon Musk does want, to like do something special with Doge, I could see something like that taking off.
All right. Well,
I want to jump in here.
Go ahead.
Mostly because I would like the last word on this. I feel like when people are whale worshipping or trying to bring in someone to talk large about a stock or a crypto, because then we will suddenly be able to make it as Elon has made and created markets. I think that that's a dangerous connection. So I'm going to say that I'm going to side with altcoin. Yeah, hold on. We're starting a revolution. When BitBoy said that we are looking at the Elon Musk phenomenon, and as long as he's talking about Doge, it's going to be fine. That is the same thoughts people probably had about Bitcoin when Elon redirected Tesla's funds to buy Bitcoin. So in that sense, when he dumped a few weeks or a few months later, that was tragic. And that is exactly the curse that you fall into if you try to worship a whale. I think that in order for markets to exist, one man should not be at the helm, or at the very least shouldn't be the excuse that we give when we're trying to say this crypto that they're supporting will sustain.
Yeah, and you got to believe it.
I'm going to take the last word on the subject. I'm going to take the last word.
I'm going to take the last word. Smash the like, guys. No, hold on a second, BitBoy. Hold on a second. I just need to say, we have 7,251 people watching and only 1.6 thousand likes, 106,000 likes. Smash a like. Thank you. Go ahead, Ben.
Motar.
Come on.
Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to steal the last word again. Look, Andrew and Aaron, I mean, I think we're all kind of saying the same thing. Like, people that are in positions of power, and we know this with larger channels, we understand we have power on the markets. And when we talk about altcoins, we know that people are going to go research them and they may buy them. Like, we're crypto channels. What else are we supposed to do? But we understand the responsibility that comes along with that. When you see people like Elon Musk that don't care about that responsibility or are actually, in fact, abusing that responsibility, it certainly is not a good thing. Like, I don't think any of this is a good thing. This is all a terrible thing. But if we look at crypto and we look at markets, unfortunately, there is a track record of terrible things constantly occurring with manipulation. And it's very sad. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish that we could do a review on a coin and it wouldn't automatically be the #1 most searched coin on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that. I wish things were more decentralized, and that wasn't the case. But you see people like Elon Musk that understand that what he says is going to have an effect, and then he does it anyways to get that effect, all to get a rise out of people, and like I said, also for a much more diabolical plan down the road. It's not a good thing. So I do want to be clear about that. Like I hate that that's the reason that Dogecoin moves.
Yeah, same. All right, well, that is all we have time for. We just kept going on and on at the end, but that's why you like this channel. So, and it looks like we got above 2. We're at 2.2 thousand likes. Maybe we can get to 2,500. That'd be great. And it looks like Wendy is the winner today. Wendy, I'm going to let you close it out. You didn't
give me any points on my last talk.
You know what? All right. We gotta do something here. We got to do something.
Points are like Doge. They don't matter.
I'm going to take over, guys. As some of you know, on Twitter, I posted about the boxing gym I go to in Pomona, California. If you're in Los Angeles, California, or California in general, you know Pomona is not the best neighborhood. It's a pretty rough neighborhood, and I lived here for about 5 years. The boxing gym is going through some tough times right now. The owner, my trainer, Miss Nita, she is being forced from her facility. She's been there for about 6 years. She was consistent. She's paid her rent consistently, especially over the panorama. And this boxing gym is more than just a boxing gym. It literally services the community. They strive to keep kids away from drugs and from gangs. Miss Nita is a family marriage therapist, so she also combines boxing and physical activity with therapy, people with post-traumatic stress, survivors, any type of mental health issues, autism, and we are trying to raise money. GoFundMe set up. We have a PayPal set up. There's a wish list. You can donate with crypto. You can donate with Bitcoin. You can donate with Ethereum, USDC. If you guys can please share this, it's a message on Twitter. It's on my website at CryptoWendyO.com/the Self-Care Lab Boxing Gym. You can share this or make a small donation. Anything you can do would help immensely, and appreciate it. It would mean a lot to myself and especially the kids. The kids really, really look to this place as a safe place to be. So if you can help in any way, shape, or form, please.
All right. Well, give to this gym. It's for, it's good for a good gym. It's for Miss Anita. And if you need to make money in crypto, make sure you go in the description, check out all these channels, click on it, hit subscribe. And that is all we got time for today, BitSquad. Once again, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. We'll come back to you.
Get those money.
Time for.
Let's go.
Get those gains. DZ out.